All right, so we've been covering the V pin, been doing this, and I'm gonna show you this, right? So the V pin, when it gets, red, it's extreme. Blue is elevated. That's all. It's elevated. When it turns white, now when it turns white, it's just normal. That's all. It's just normal. So when they hit that decline, they got extreme, right? And they're kind of doing that right now, coming into this bottom. Now, this is an order flow tool. You don't get this with the $100 purchase, but I am going to show you what you are able to acquire, and then we're going to talk about that setup. Okay, so you get this along with these levels. They need not touch these levels. That's important. So when it comes in, it plots forward. Okay, so you get the cloud too. And then, of course, you get this. It has price action as well as order flow built into it. But when I shot that video, right, let me show you what had happened since then. All right, so we are right here. And I told you these are top tiered, filtered bubbles, pulsating bubbles. I'm not just throwing some random number into some indicator saying, hey, I want to see if this size show up on the chart. It's absolutely crazy. You're like trying to handpick the market. That's not how it works. So this is a filtering system, all right? These bubbles can be applied to the bar, but you get these little squares, and sometimes it's bubbles on the bar. You get those, with your $100 purchase, right? But I'm gonna show you something else that you get with your $100 purchase. Everything on this chart you get with your $100 purchase. Everything, all right? You got momentum markers on the actual bars. Those are the cyan and magenta. As long as the cyan is there, the low is behind the bar, and then if they run over the magenta, clearly they're going up, right? You get everything that you're seeing. And again, this information is intelligent, man. I'm trying to give the trader a fighting chance to beat these markets. Absolutely beat them, crush them, because I'm tired of how they like to do people. That's all. They take off and then all of a sudden they're going the other way. I've been trading markets long before there were prop firms. So you couldn't pay and trade somebody else's capital. That's not how it works. All right. So I'm just wanting to make sure that you understand what you have accessible to you. This is the $100 stuff here that's on this chart. That's the $100 stuff. The oscillator with the levels and this cloud, $100 stuff. You get the bubbles here. You just got to see what I'm trying to do here. You get the bubbles, not the bubbles. I'm sorry. This does have bubbles, the squares with bubbles, and this timing sales here. You get that $100. You can have that, absolutely, no question about it. I'm trying to give you well over like 700 indicators. That way you can beat these guys and do what you want. Do what you want. You don't have to fall victim to this stuff. And I'm gonna make sure of that. And I told you guys about the 125. Screw the indicators. I told you about it. If you see the 125, let them get away from it. All right. Just let them get away from it. Allow them to pivot and then don't touch it and then break that pivot without touching it. It'll keep going. Also, you get this fractal information here. This telling you your higher time frame. So you don't have to have a bunch of charts up. Absolutely ridiculous. And you don't need it. I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.